Gloria from Cooking with Gloria, and today I want to share with you a very delicious Mexican salpicon that I know that you guys are going to love and enjoy. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. Ingredients: salt, 2 garlic cloves, 2 bay leaves, oregano, cilantro, red onion, tomatoes, lettuce, of course our beef meat so that we could shred it, vinegar, and olive oil. This is everything we need for this delicious salpicon. So let's get started. I have a pan here. What I'm going to start doing is cooking the meat. I'm going to go ahead and add the meat in here. Look at this. Look how this looks. I have the meat right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add the water, and we need just enough water to cover it completely. I am going to add the salt and my 2 bay leaves and my 2 garlic cloves. Okay, let's take it to the stove and start cooking it. We are going to cook it for about 2 hours to 2 hours and a half. Let's cover it and let it cook slowly in medium heat. I have all my veggies right here, and I am ready to go and rinse them. We want to make sure that we rinse them very good, every single one. You know, this is the part that is very important to do this before you start cutting and adding all the delicious veggies to your dish. So here I'm going to go one by one, and now I am completely done with my cilantro. And I'm going to take the water out, and I am ready to start slicing and cutting all my veggies. Okay, I'm going to start with my onion, and what I like to do is cut it in half. I'm using 1 whole red onion. We're going to slice it, and then we're going to pull it apart. We want to make sure that we pull everything apart just like this. I know it takes time, but believe me, this onion is going to get really release all the flavors, and I'm going to add my salt right on the top. Remember that the salt is to taste. I'm going to add my vinegar. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of the vinegar. If you have the apple vinegar, that's fine. You could use it. I'm using 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. We're going to go ahead and add everything in here. Just like this. Okay, now I am ready to add my oregano. You want to add a little bit at a time so that you are rubbing your fingers and the oregano gets really nice and cut little powdery right on the top. Right when you're done, you're going to go ahead and just mix it very well to incorporate everything. We want the onion to release all that delicious flavor in the juice. This is done. I am going to continue with the tomatoes. I have 2 tomatoes that I'm going to slice and then cut. But the first thing I'm going to do is cut the inside of the tomato. I want to remove the seeds from every single one. The reason that I'm removing the seeds so that there is not too many liquids when we start cutting everything and adding everything to the shredded beef. So now here I'm going to put it aside, and I'm going to start slicing the tomato. We want to slice it and then cut it in little squares just like this so that everything incorporates together when we're ready to assemble everything. So here I am done cutting this slice of tomato, and I'm going to continue with the rest. Okay, I am done with my tomato. I'm going to put it in this plate and I'm going to put it aside. I am going to continue with my cilantro. And the same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be cutting it and then cutting in very, very small little pieces. And I'm going to add it here to the plate where I have the tomato. Okay, this is done. I'm going to reserve it, put it aside, and I'm going to continue with my lettuce. We want to go ahead and cut the lettuce really tiny little pieces because that's what we're going to add right on the top. So here, this is done. I'm going to put it aside in a plate and then reserve it so when the meat is ready. Let's go check on the meat. The meat has been cooking for about 2 hours and a half. It's really nice and tender. I'm going to remove it just like this, and now I am ready to pull it apart. I'm going to go ahead piece by piece, and I'm going to help myself with 2 forks. This makes it very easy, especially when it's hot. You know, this is the time when you're going to shred the beef. You're just going to shred it very carefully. I know it takes time, but this is going to come out delicious. Here I have all the beef nice and shredded. And now it's time to start adding the cilantro and the tomato. I'm going to add just a little bit and I'm going to mix it around, make sure that everything is nice and incorporated. And now I'm going to add the rest. I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and just incorporate the cilantro and the tomato. And when this is done, I'm going to add the onion with all those juices. Just like this. These tostadas really come out really delicious. Okay, now when everything is nice and incorporated, we're going to go ahead and add our oregano. We're going to make sure that we add it right on the top so that everything is really nice and covered with the oregano. We're going to mix it one more time. And this is just completely done. Let me show it to you. Look at all those colors, green, purple, the red. This just looks so good and so delicious. But I want to show you that I have here some sour cream, some homemade salsa, and of course, I have the tostadas. Now I am ready to start assembling my tostadas of Salpicon. Okay, my sour cream is here. It's unsalted, and I have the salsa that you already have on my channel. I am going to go ahead and start adding the sour cream on that tostada right on the top, and you want to make sure that you mix it all around and the tostada is completely covered from the bottom. And then I am going to start adding the salsa right on the top, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to spread it, making sure that everything is really nice and covered with the salsa. And now I am ready to start adding my salpicon right on the top. Look at this. The colors look amazing. And here at home, when it's so hot outside, this is a perfect lunch or dinner where you could just have 1 or 2 tostadas and they come out so delicious every time. So here the tostada is almost done. I'm gonna add a little bit of lettuce right on the top for the presentation. Of course that you could add as much or as little as you would like. But look at this. Let me get really close so that you could see it, how beautiful and how delicious this tostada of Salpicon looks. I can't wait to start, of course, with the presentation because I really want to taste this delicious tostada de Salpicon, especially with that salsa and the sour cream. This is just amazing. So I'll see you in a bit. you already have on my channel, and of course, a kiwi lemonade. Well, this is the part I love, I enjoy, and I really look forward tasting my recipes. Excuse me. Mmm. 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 This salpicon came out so delicious with a lot of flavor. And of course, combined with the kiwi lemonade that you already have on my channel, perfection. I hope, my friends, you can make it at home. Enjoy it with your family, with your kids. This just came out amazing, perfect for summer. If you liked and loved my recipe, please don't forget to subscribe, give me thumbs up, share my video in social media so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push the notification bell so every time I make a new recipe, yes, you are going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. And of course, I will say enjoy my salpicon. Bye-bye.